The woman is the owner of a small food store. She works hard to keep her business going and supports herself and her family with great effort. One day she notices a girl stealing food from her store. Initially she is very angry and frustrated, but then she decides to follow the girl to better understand the situation. When the woman finds the girl, she is shocked to see that the girl is taking the food to a family living in extreme poverty. The girl explains that her parents have lost their jobs and have no money to buy food. So, she feels compelled to steal in order to feed her family. The woman, moved by the girl's story, finds herself faced with a moral dilemma. She can punish the girl for her actions, but she can also try to help her and her family. What will the woman's decision be? How will she resolve this situation in a compassionate and fair way? Well, let's continue developing this nuanced and emotional story. After witnessing the situation of the girl and her family, the woman in the store feels her heart break. She realizes that the girl did not steal out of malice, but out of necessity. Extreme poverty had forced her to take this desperate action. The woman remembers her own childhood, when her family also suffered financial hardship. She puts herself in the girl's shoes and imagines how difficult it must be to have to steal in order to survive. Internally, the woman debates with herself about what to do. She could call the police and have the girl punished. But would that solve the family's problem? Or was there a way to help them in a more compassionate way? So, the woman makes a decision. She calls the girl and, instead of scolding her, asks about her family's situation. The girl, initially frightened, ends up trusting the woman and telling her the whole story of the hardships her family faces. Moved, the woman offers to help. She invites the girl and her family to come to the store, where she gives them a basket of basic foodstuffs. She also agrees to talk to the girl's parents and find a temporary job for her father, in order to help them get out of this situation. The girl is surprised and grateful for the woman's kindness. She realizes that not all people are bad, and that sometimes a little understanding and support can make all the difference. This small action by the woman has a profound impact on the life of the girl and her family. They finally see a light at the end of the tunnel and feel hopeful that, with the help they receive, they will be able to overcome this difficult time. Great! Let's continue developing this moving story. After the woman from the store offers help to the girl and her family, a deep connection is established between them. The woman realizes that the girl is not just a thief, but a child fighting for her family's survival. Moved by empathy, the woman decides to go beyond simply donating food. She talks to the girl and her parents, understanding better their situation and the circumstances that led them to extreme poverty. The girl's father, an honest and hard-working man, had lost his job due to a restructuring at the company where he worked. Even though he actively looked for a new job, he could not find anything that would provide him with the income he needed to support his family. The girl's mother, on the other hand, took care of the house and the children, but she was also unable to find a job at that time. With no resources, they were forced to take desperate measures, such as sending their oldest daughter to steal food. Moved by this story, the woman from the store decides to go beyond the basics. She talks to her suppliers and manages to find a temporary job for the girl's father. She also refers the family to receive assistance from social programs in the community. Little by little, the family's situation begins to improve. The father is able to re-establish himself financially, and the mother is also able to find a job. The girl's dignity begins to be restored, as her family no longer needs to steal to survive. The story between the woman from the store and the girl turns into a beautiful friendship. The girl, who was previously afraid and suspicious, now sees the woman as a maternal and supportive figure. She learns that not all people are bad, and that, with a little understanding and help, even the most vulnerable can overcome great challenges. This experience has a profound impact on the life of the girl and her family, teaching them the importance of empathy, solidarity, and human generosity. A story of overcoming that can inspire us all. This story is becoming increasingly profound and meaningful. Let's continue exploring it together. After the woman from the store helps the girl's family escape poverty, their friendship grows even stronger. The girl, who was once just a thief in the woman's eyes, is now seen as a child full of potential, struggling against adverse circumstances. The woman decides to go beyond material help and becomes more involved in the family's well-being. She understands that overcoming poverty is not just about providing food or temporary jobs, but also about providing emotional support and opportunities for growth. So, the woman begins to closely monitor the girl's development, encouraging her to study and pursue her dreams. She becomes a mentor, helping the girl envision a better future beyond her current situation of deprivation. Little by little, the girl blossoms. She dedicates herself to her studies, developing her intelligence and skills. The woman, in turn, becomes increasingly involved in the family's life, becoming a kind of godmother. She helps provide school supplies, training courses, and even an internship for the girl in her own store. As time goes by, the girl grows up to become a determined and talented young woman. She wins a scholarship to a renowned university and is later hired by an important company in the city. Moved, the woman from the store follows the girl's entire journey of overcoming difficulties, feeling proud to have had the opportunity to be part of this transformation. She realizes that her initial gesture of compassion triggered a profound change not only in the family's life, but also in her own. This story becomes a symbol of the importance of empathy, solidarity, and investing in people's potential. It shows that, with a little understanding and support, even those in vulnerable situations can achieve great things and improve their living conditions. You are right, there is much more to be explored in this inspiring story. Let's continue to develop it. As the years go by, the relationship between the woman from the store and the girl, now a young adult, grows even stronger. They have become almost like family, with the woman acting as a mother figure and the girl as an adopted daughter. The young woman, now with a stable job, reciprocates the help she has received. She begins to help the woman with activities in the store, showing herself to be increasingly committed to contributing to the success of the business. Together, they create a beautiful partnership, united by the bond of gratitude and mutual care. The woman feels fulfilled when she sees how much the girl has grown, overcoming adversity and becoming a person of character with great aspirations. She is proud of the young woman's determination and character, which serves as an inspiration to other people in vulnerable situations. Eventually, the woman decides to pass the management of the store to the young woman, entrusting her with the business that has helped her to prosper so much. This is a way for the woman to repay the girl for everything she has done for her family, as well as to give her the opportunity to take charge of her own future. The transfer of management of the store becomes an exciting and meaningful moment. The woman knows that she is leaving her legacy in the hands of someone she trusts completely, someone who understands the importance of compassion and solidarity. The young woman, in turn, feels honored and moved by the trust placed in her. She is committed to maintaining the store's values, as well as to continuing to support needy families in the community, just as the woman herself did for her. This story becomes a powerful testimony to the impact that an act of kindness can have on someone's life. The relationship between the woman and the young woman demonstrates that through empathy and care, it is possible to transform lives and create bonds that transcend social barriers. Together, they continue to inspire the community, showing that, with determination and mutual support, even the most difficult challenges can be overcome. This is a story that deserves to be told, a lesson in the importance of compassion and human solidarity. What do you think of this outcome? Is there anything else you would like to include in this impactful narrative? After handing over the store to the young woman, the woman decides to take advantage of this new phase in her life to dedicate herself even more to the community. She begins to get involved in social projects, using her experience and resources to help other families in vulnerable situations. The woman knows that her journey with the girl has transformed her deeply. She now understands the true value of empathy and solidarity and is determined to use this lesson to positively impact the lives of others. The woman thus dedicates herself to creating a social assistance fund, allocating part of the store's profits to provide assistance to needy families. She also mobilizes her network of contacts to collect donations and organize professional training programs. In addition, The woman and the young owner create a non-profit foundation to manage their philanthropic and professional training efforts. They attract donations from individuals and companies inspired by their mission, further expanding the reach of their initiatives. Over time, the foundation becomes an admired model throughout the country, inspiring other communities to adopt similar approaches to empowerment and social transformation. The story of the girl and the woman from the store spreads, inspiring people to engage in acts of compassion and solidarity. Finally, the woman decides to gradually step back from day-to-day management, entrusting the leadership of the foundation and the chain of community center stores to the young entrepreneur. She knows that she is leaving her legacy in the hands of someone who shares her values and who will continue to expand the impact of her work. This story becomes an inspiring example of how a simple act of empathy and mutual aid can turn into a large-scale initiative capable of changing the reality of entire communities. The girl, now a respected leader, becomes a symbol of hope and determination for all those who face similar challenges. After years of partnership, dedication, and expansion of their social initiatives, the woman from the store and the young entrepreneur reach a culmination in their journey. The network of community center stores, which began with the woman's simple gesture of compassion towards the girl who stole food, has spread to several impoverished areas of the city. These spaces have become beacons of hope, offering not only access to food and basic products, but also opportunities for education, professional training, and community empowerment. Together, the woman and the young owner created a non-profit foundation to manage their philanthropic and social transformation efforts. This institution attracted donations and partnerships from companies and individuals, inspired by the story and the impact of its initiatives. Over time, the story of the girl who stole food to survive became a national symbol of resilience and compassion. Her story, shared in various media outlets, inspired other communities to adopt similar approaches to supporting the most vulnerable. Finally, the time came when the woman from the store decided to gradually step back from day-to-day management, entrusting the leadership of the foundation and the network of community center stores to the young entrepreneur. She knew that she was leaving her legacy in the hands of someone who shared her values and vision of a more just and caring world. The young woman, now a respected and admired leader, took on this responsibility with determination and dedication. She committed to continuing to expand the impact of the initiatives, always with the goal of creating transformative opportunities for those who need it most. This story became a beacon of inspiration for the entire community and later for the country. She demonstrated that through empathy, compassion, and hard work, it is possible to create lasting change in people's lives, breaking the cycle of poverty and building a more just and inclusive future. The girl who once stole food to survive had now become a respected figure whose journey served as a model of overcoming adversity and social transformation. Her story has lived on, inspiring new generations to follow her example and make a difference wherever they live. This was the remarkable journey of two women whose hearts met in a time of need, giving life to an initiative that changed not only their own lives, but that of an entire community and, who knows, an entire country.